cardio today. Not my choice. It's Monday. There's some wizardry going on this morning. That training session was a mess. It was a mess, and that's okay. It was an upper session. My strength was down. I had to go and poo like 3 times, which isn't ideal, but my period is coming, so I can deal with that. I've had pain in my left knee since about 2 o'clock yesterday, and I don't know why. It felt like something was tight. It felt like something was weird. I spoke to Andy and I was like, I'm worried about this if this continues. And he was like, the Stairmaster for your cardio is just too much. And I was like, wow, that's kind of what I do, and I enjoy it. And it gets my heart rate up. There's a reason why so many bodybuilders use the Stairmaster. Your heart rate gets up to where it needs to be almost instantly. And it's a really good piece of kit for cardio. Today, I was like, right, okay, I hear you. I've got 1 cardio session left to do for the week, which was today. I'm going to put the treadmill on a high incline, and I'm going to just get my heart rate up as quickly as I can at a high speed, high incline, and just go with it. And now I have no pain in my knee. But I had pain in my knee when I was walking around. So I don't know, but at the minute it's feeling all right. My weight is also dropping rapidly. I weighed myself this morning just because I'm curious around my period, what it's doing. I'm weighing myself more often than I've been asked to. I'm aware of that. Don't do as I do. But I'm 77.95 this morning. It is dropping so quick. I can't believe it. It's dropping about 0.25 kilo a day at the moment. I've never had such a successful fat loss period in my life. I'm on to a good one this week. I feel good. I feel good about where we're at. I feel good about the progress I'm making, because fucking hell, this couldn't be going better for me at this point, which I hope is not famous last words. But I'm going to get home now, have my post, and settle down for work for the day and focus on getting some steps in throughout. So yeah, all done with cardio. They've got the shutters open on Ultraflex, and I'm just having a little nosy. I'll do a little show you if I can. There's lots of workmen around. I'm so excited. Less excited about having to train at Pure Gym for a week, but what are you gonna do? Hello, I'm out on my walk at lunchtime. It's about 1:20, and I haven't eaten anything since my post-workout, and that is something I'm trying to do. I'm like trying to stretch out my meals. I'm not feeling too bad meals wise at the minute. My body very much got used to that drop initially, but I'm trying to stretch it out until I'm really hungry. I don't know why. I think I'm just trying to make the most of it, because it's not like I've got anything particularly going on today where I need to do that, but it's just something that I'm trying to do. Stretch them out as far as possible. There's nothing worse than when you're in a deficit of eating all your food really early in the day and being left with nothing at night. That's when people start to snack and break and all sorts. But I think because I haven't confirmed what time, pretty sure I've got a posing lesson tomorrow with Han, so I'll show you some bits from that. But I'm looking forward to that. I feel like I'm starting to really get started, and then we'll do an in-person session at the Ultraflex opening day. But I'm starting to get my ducks in a row, and I've purchased like a posing package, prep package, which is 16 weeks, which should suit me fine, and then I can just add on some bits in between and like extras as and when I need them during showtime. I have spent my evening sewing Maggie's toys and doing the hospital waiting room. Hospital waiting room is now empty, but it was backing up for a little while there. She's so happy. Good afternoon. It is Tuesday. And I have had, oh my God, I have had a shocker today. And I want a fucking refund on my Lion's Mane supplements because they're supposed to help me focus. And I dropped Andy off at the gym today. I went and trained quads and delts. It was a good session considering how pre-periody I am. And I drove home and I left him there. I forgot to go and pick him up. I completely forgot to go and pick him up. And I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. So that's how my day started. However, I have just got out on that meeting that I just showed you and got 10,646 steps in. So I feel like I've redeemed myself a little bit. That's nearly all my steps done for the entire day. I've got a posing lesson this evening with Han at about 5:15. So I'm just going to go and do a little something with my appearance because this morning has been rushed, and then get back to work. But yeah, like I did all of that on a meeting, so I haven't even had my lunch break yet, which feels really nice, and I know that I can have like a slower evening, which is fantastic. I also went and just picked up a Vinted parcel and just received another parcel in my hunt for the perfect foundation. I've been going through loads of like different surveys and things online to try and find the right foundation for me, the right colour, that kind of thing. And I've been using this thing called Foundation. Like they use it on their website. It's not associated with them, but they use it on their website. And someone recommended to me the Beef Perfect Chroma Cover Foundation. They do a luminous version and they do a matte version. Now, one of my biggest tips for if you're wanting to try something out is buying something off Vinted and just seeing whether the colour matches and what you think of it before you commit to spending the actual like full price on it. I've done it with loads of palettes and stuff like that. And I just think like for stage makeup as well, you cannot go wrong with buying different shades and stuff from Vinted and palettes and different accessories and stuff because it's so much cheaper. So I'm going to go and play with these now and see whether I like them, whether they're a good match. I hope they are. This is the best foundation match I've ever had. So fair play to my friend Molly. You can still see my freckles through it, just about. What a good recommendation. I have just nipped up to Tesco to grab some more almond milk because I don't have any and I want a cup of tea so badly, and I need to put some in my creamy and start preparing some of my rest day stuff for tomorrow and Thursday, because tomorrow and Thursday will be a rest day. My period still isn't here and there's not been any massive signs. I imagine it will arrive tomorrow. All I was hoping for is that it didn't arrive in the middle of my posing lesson. I just had my first posing lesson, like 1-to-1, in about 2 years. And there's always stuff that you can, you know, change and improve. And this lesson has really shown me that tonight. I already knew that anyway, but I think putting yourself, you know, in a vulnerable position and saying, I've probably picked up some bad habits, let's have a crack at my mandatories and do those, and then we'll do other poses. I think that's where I'm starting. I'm almost starting from the ground up all over again, which feels quite nice. I did think that I might have to introduce some NPC posing at one point. However, Hannah has looked into the posing criteria for NABA. I've also contacted them about consistency and what they want to see from figure athletes. And it's looking at the moment as though they don't really have a preference. It's just your favourite, like it's your favourite poses from the side. So I'm just going to roll with it, I think, for now anyway, and just see how I go and see what I get back. But NABA aren't the best for consistency across the board, but I still love competing with them. They're so old school and I love that about them. And, you know, see what they say. I also, fucking hell, sorry, I've just got distracted by these. I just picked these up for Andy. It started, look at me. Finest hot cross buns, but they're strawberries and clotted cream, enriched with strawberry conserve, clotted cream, and rich with chocolate chips. That spoke to me today. That spoke to me. But I'm going to get home now. I very, very easily got all my steps done. I've done about 13,000 actually. Yeah. Just because I managed to get out on that walk. So that is a nice little thing that I can look forward to every other Tuesday. A little lifesaver, doing that meeting on a walk. If there are any other opportunities for that throughout prep, I'm going to take them. But at the minute, that is the only one that I've got, other than going to like national meetings, which aren't as frequent. But yeah, that has been my day. So I'm feeling really good about it. This foundation is also working for me. I really like it. Good morning, it is Wednesday. I'm in the office. I've tried that sample of the Kylie Jenner, I think it's called the Skin Elixir. It's definitely not a tinted moisturizer in the way that like I thought it was, but it's nice. Very light. I think it could be very like a really quick application because it's very viscous as a fluid. Oh, viscous. But yeah, I'm trialing that today. First time back in the office is in like a month, I think, just because of how leave and stuff like that has fallen. But I'm looking forward to seeing people. I'm just getting steps today because I completed all my cardio, so I will go out on a lunchtime walk, and if I need to, I'll grab some extra steps when I get home. However, I was about 2,000 up yesterday, so I do have a little bit of a buffer, and I still have a very good buffer from Saturday because I ended up doing about fucking 17,000 steps. I don't even know how, but I did. Baking today is quite a chill day. I've brought my hot water bottle with me because my period still hasn't started, and oh my god, the last couple have just been awful. So I'm going to see how I get through the day. That first day when it starts is just unreal in terms of the pain. So hopefully I should be fine. Well, I will be fine, it's just a period, but you know, I'm preparing for the worst. But I'm going to get in there now, get some breakfast in me because I'm very hungry. Appetite is still very, very good. I'm sore from my posing lesson last night, which is a kind of a nice feeling. It means that I worked hard and I'm engaging in the right way. But yeah, I've got a lot to think about with posing now. So hopefully that will show in my check-in tomorrow, where I've made some improvements and tweaks and stuff. And hopefully Amy notices. I don't think I'll mention to her that I've had a lesson and just see what she says. I probably will mention it, but see what she thinks to some of the new things, because there's a couple of different transitions in there. But yeah, that's me for this morning, and I'll check in with you in a little bit about how I'm feeling about my check-in. I've got a new location for my walks. I've actually walked through the park that I normally walk through, and I carried on walking and found another one. It's not bloody bad, is it? For in the office, I think I've done about 6,000 steps at the minute, so I'm hoping to make that to about 8 today, and then we'll do the rest when I get back. My digestion is all over the place, and I know that is largely down to my cycle and that I'm due on any moment. Still not had any symptoms of like pain like I would normally expect, but I haven't pooped today, and that is making me a little bit uncomfortable, but nothing major. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to carry on eating my food and doing what I do, and it should all sort itself out. Oh wow, they've got a frisbee golf course. Cool. But yeah, going to keep my water up, get my food in. Hope that happens. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. We know why, so it's no big deal. But I've been keeping track of my weight this week, knowing that this was coming, just so that Amy's got some more accurate data to go off before I check in tomorrow, because I think there'll be some changes. I can't see it being food. I can see it being steps and cardio. We'll see. I don't know whether you can hear that. And it doesn't show very well on here, but over there it's still daylight and it's 5:10. We've made it, lads. It's Thursday. I've done my check-in this morning. It wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I'll talk more about it later. I'm on the minutes actually at the moment because I've only just got to work and it is 9. I'm at the sister site today. I'm prioritising steps. I've done my cardio. I went to the gym this morning and got that done. So it's just steps for me for the rest of the day. It is a rest day. I've had some feedback already. I haven't listened to it. I used that Kylie. It markets itself as a foundation, but to be honest, how it lasted throughout the day, it is more of a tinted moisturiser. Will I be purchasing it? I'm not sure, but it was a very, very good match for me. Today, in the quest for finding the right foundation for me, and I'm really enjoying this one. I've never gone for like a luminous kind of thing, but I'm enjoying it. It makes my skin look really fresh and exactly how I'd want it to at the minute. And that is a thing with prep that as time goes on, I will look less healthy. So I need all the help I can get, and I'm using the Chroma Cover from Be Perfect, and this is a medium coverage foundation. It actually is quite a full coverage for me, but I wonder whether I can use less of this and use that as a tinted moisturiser kind of effect. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I've used today, and it's the best colour match I've ever had. That foundation website is chef's kiss. But I'm going to get in now, get on with some work, and then I'll catch you up on my feedback from my check-in when I've got it. That looks very blonde. Better get used to that. It's going to be blonde as fuck soon. Sorry, this lighting is so bad, but as you can see, I didn't get much of a fucking lunch break, did I? Got about 20 minutes, hence why I'm out doing my steps at this time. However, I am home that little bit earlier just because of where I was working today, so I'm making the most of that. So, no changes again. I can't believe it. I can't believe I've gotten away with it again. No daily cardio, no changes to food. She's dead happy. I'm very impressed that my weight is actually down. I didn't think it would be. My weight is at 77.95. I can't remember what I weighed in at last week. I'll probably pop it in here. But I'm so impressed. The fact that my period still hasn't started, and this is where I am. Funny story. Well, it's funny now, it wasn't about an hour ago. I did a pregnancy test and I accidentally weed all over the stick. Like, I don't know how, but it looked positive. Oh God, I cried. And not in like a happy cry, like a, oh my fucking God, what's happening cry. Then I did another one and it was fine. So I've got about 3,500 more steps to do. And then I can curl up and watch The Traitors with my creamy. Happy Thursday. It's Friday. It's the last one. It's the last one. This place closes in 15 minutes. I've trained here for 2 years, so I'm not like an OG. But a lot of gains have been made here, I hope. Onwards and upwards, I guess. I've just trained pulling hands. Done half an hour's cardio. It feels good. My heart rate, my temperature is up. So I'm hoping today is period day. Speaking of like periods, and I'll never ever be able to pronounce this right, amenorrhea. Amenorrhea is the term for when a female loses her cycle. There's several reasons why this can happen. Stress, over-exercising, being underweight, being overweight, being symptomatic of perimenopause and menopause. I wouldn't expect to lose my cycle at the current level of body fat that I have. So I'm not concerned that it's that, but it's something that I'm going to closely monitor. In my previous prep in 2022, I was on the coil, so I didn't have a cycle that I could track as well as the natural cycle that I have now. And the aim in competing is to keep that cycle for as long as possible, because it means that your body is in a, I say healthy, it's not healthy, but it's healthy enough that it could procreate, that kind of state. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. My digestion is still all over the place, so it's hinting that it could be today. But I've had a look at my last 6 cycles and the trends there, which I'll show. And it's looking as though, you know, this isn't that abnormal for me. My last couple of cycles have gone, there's been a few cycles in the last 6 months where I've gone 31 days, 32 days. So it's not actually late for me. And I didn't know that until I started looking at these trends this morning. So I'm not as worried about it. I'm going to get home now, have a shower, because I think that was my sweatiest cardio so far, and crack on. But that's the end of an era. I'm excited to train at Ultraflex. I'm not excited to train at Pure Gym, but I'm going to hopefully, I'm going to try and film my session there tomorrow. We'll see how that works out for me. I'm out on my lunch. I'm going to take a slightly longer lunch today to get all of my client feedback done. I've got a meeting at 1. It's 12:05 now. So it's not a longer lunch really, it's not exactly groundbreaking lunch time. I'm going to get them done, get my clients fed back too, because tonight we are going out for a meal for my stepdad's birthday. He is 64 today, so we're going for a meal. Obviously I'm eating meal prep, but it's nice to be able to eat with them. I've got steps to do, I've got clients to do, and I want to get in as much of that as possible, knowing that if I don't quite get my 11k when I get home, I've got a slight buffer of about 1,000 from yesterday, which ain't a lot, and we'll probably have to be doing my steps after we get back. With it being the weekend, I have got a little bit of leniency where I can tag them on to tomorrow. I don't really want to if I can help it. It's just like a hangover in it. I'm just borrowing fun from tomorrow if I do it, if I leave it. Puppy training. So it's Saturday and Andy is just doing the puppy training class over here, and I'm wandering around getting some steps in. It is easier and better for her if there's just one of us doing that, and he has a lot more patience and tolerance with her when she's getting things wrong with puppy training. I just get a bit flustered and I'm like, oh my god. Just walking around the industrial estate to get some steps in. I'm gonna sit back in the car for a second. The meal last night for Carl's birthday was really nice. Obviously I just had my meal prep. I always contact a restaurant the week of and make sure that that's okay before we book a table. Whenever I'm on prep and having to eat meal prep, I always take it upon myself to contact the restaurant and book everything, just so that I can have that conversation. But most places are fine with it if you just explain your circumstances and that you just want to eat with your family. Obviously there's in our case, four other paying customers that would be eating with them. So if they were to ever say no, they've lost 4 paying customers, because we would have gone elsewhere if I wasn't able to do that. And they heated it up for me and they plated it up for me, and it was nice. It's just nice to be able to eat with people. I always think when I'm on prep and I'm having to do that, other people are more concerned about it than I am. That's how I've found in general. Like, friends worry about it, family worry about it, and there really isn't anything to worry about. You just need to be open and honest and have a conversation with the restaurant. We're not feeling particularly great today, neither me or Andy. Andy is supposed to be going out for a meal tonight with some friends in Nottingham. It's not looking likely that he's going to make it. 2 of his friends are pregnant as well, so he's like, I don't really want to go if I've got something and pass it to them, which is cute of him. But today is a training day. I'm going to go and have my first training session at Pure Gym. I'm sure it won't be that bad. It's still got everything that I need, and it's just for a week, but everything was being moved out of Performance Gym yesterday, practically as soon as I left, to get it over to Ultraflex, and they had a load of like JCBs and stuff moving the equipment over yesterday. So it's starting to shape up quite nicely, and it's looking really, really promising for next week, like 99.9% promising. So Hannah and I have started having a think about next week for posing lessons. I think Hannah's reaching out to clients to get them in for the opening day on Saturday. So yeah, things are looking really, really good. It's going to be another kind of chill weekend for me. I need to, because I just feel very like my heart rate is up, my I'm at a puff, and some of that might be my period on its way. I fucking hope it is. I had a little bit of back pain this morning, which is was very start of period like, but I don't know. It's something I'm just going to have to keep an eye on, but we're on day 34 now, which is unusual for me. But the more I think about it, the more I stress about it, the less likely it is to happen. So I'm just going to keep it in the back of my mind, but not at the front. My skin feels nice today. That's the products that I'm using that I bought last week are actually lovely. That retinol treatment is doing bits for me. I might do a bit of posing practice. Don't know how well that's going to go down in Pure Gym, but I'll soon find out. Let's see what this is all about then. I thought I was going to be able to film that, and one, it was very Pure Gymmy. There was no way that I could have done that. Two, I think that was the worst session I've ever had in my life. I went into that in cold sweats, feeling sick, feeling faint, having what I think was a hypo throughout the session. I think I had low blood sugar. I have learned from this. I had my pre before we went to puppy training, and then only trained an hour or less than 2 hours later, but that was not enough to sustain me. It made me feel very poorly. So we learn, we move on, but fucking hell, that was really, really rough. Really rough. I've also got quite a lot of back pain. I'm hoping it's my period, but here we are. Wonder how many times I've said that this vlog. Also realised how much my face has come in during that session. Also, I don't know whether you're going to be able to see it, but my super duper snaky bicep vein is starting to come through. No, you can't see it, but it's here. I saw it, I thought it was a shadow, and then I was like, oh, nice to see you again. Hi. Fuck. I think I'm going to go and pick Andy up now and then work out how to get through the day, to be honest. Sunday. Wow. I'm fucked. I just got in and boxed off 40 minutes cardio because I could only manage 20 yesterday, and my period is kicking my ass so bad. I've got quite a few steps to do today to add a couple of thousand on to yesterday. Not impossible, completely fine, not concerned about it in the slightest. But it is a thing that gentle exercise can really help you feel better when you're on your period, but I'm not so sure about that today. I feel like my face is just every day doing more of that. It's just concerned me because we've got over 12 weeks to go. What am I going to look like? A skull, I think. I'm going to go to Tesco now and buy a new duvet because we invited Maggie onto the bed this morning when she first woke up, and she got so excited she pissed everywhere. And I really wanted today to be like a bit of a date day and to go out and do something. I think it's going to turn into a dog walk, and please cuddle me on the sofa because I feel needy. I haven't eaten anything yet, so I'm desperate to get back and get something in me, so I will make this a very quick turnaround.
Good girlie.
Maggie's having her first frappuccino. It's going down real well.
Get your tongue right in there. Yeah, there we go. Is that nice?
Is it gone?
Yeah. A little bit left.
Maggie!